America's best-selling, best-tasting filter cigarette.
It still tastes good like a cigarette should.
Evil must be punished.
Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, puff, puff.
And if you puff yourself to death, tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you just hate to make him wait, but you gotta have another cigarette.
Alright, right into it. Here we go here. Where there's smoke, they're fired. This is by this is April 8, 2005. Okay, so some of these that I'm going through are old, so you can imagine what they're like now. If you don't like your job, you can quit. Does it work the other way? Can my boss quit me if he doesn't like, say, something I do at home? An employer in Michigan has done exactly that, and making lots of people say, "Give me a break." Howard Wayers runs Waco, a healthcare benefits company in Okemos, Michigan, and he's a health nut. He's 71 years old, but still lifts heavy weights. One day he decided his employees should be healthy too. First he hired an in-house private trainer. Any employee who goes to see her and then meets certain exercise goals can earn a $110 bonus per month. Mindy Tiraboshi, one of his employees, thinks it's great. He wants to help us be healthy as we can, he says. I want to be a good influence on my employees. What's wrong with being healthy? Wire said. 2 years ago, he went further after concluding that smokers run up higher medical costs and are less healthy in general. He introduced a smoking policy telling his employees, "You're not going to smoke if you work here, period." He was not just talking about smoking at work, but smoking anywhere, even at home. He would do random tests and fire anyone with nicotine in their blood. Anita Polito and some other workers were furious that day when Wires told them, "You have 15 months to stop smoking. No patch, no gum. You had to either been completely or, just healed from tobacco, or you're not working at Waco," she said. Wires said he took a lot of flack from his workers when he announced the policy. "I just let them attack me. I had 200 people in a room and they went at me," he said. Ippolito was one of the people who let him have it. Immediately, when he said it, I yelled out in the meeting, "You can't do that to me. It's against the law," she said. But Wires Company is located in one of the 20 states that allow employers to fire anyone as long as they don't violate discrimination laws for things like age, gender, race, or disabilities. Of the 24 Waco employees who smoked, most stopped. Now, of course, it goes on for several more pages. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, well, yeah, that's crazy America, that's some crazy Americans. Okay, fine. Here's a BBC report. BBC News. Man fired for smoking at home. A pro-smoking group has condemned a firm in Swindon for allegedly sacking a worker for smoking at home. The Freedom Organization for the Right to Enjoy Smoking Tobacco, or FOREST, as an anagram, says it is worried that workers could eventually be breathalyzed to ensure they have not smoked. Sales executive Mark Hodges, 41, says he was sacked on the second day of his job because his employers frowned on the habit. He'd been told of the firm's no-smoking policy at his interview for the 28,000 lira job at Boxes and Packaging. But Mr. Hodges told the Times newspaper he had assumed that that only applied at the office and in the company car. He said he had let slip to his new employers that his first day that he had smoked at home. Mr. Hodges, who came with sure, was dismissed the next day with 1 month's pay in lieu. "I was sacked for smoking in my free time. I'm angry and astounded. I can be treated like that," he said. Now, of course, they go in and say, now the company comes back and says, "Oh, it's just an extreme case," blah, 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 blah. Yeah, right. This secondhand smoke thing is getting out of control, man. It's getting out of control. All right, now let me give you an example here. Well, we have the recent flap here in California, just passed here not too long ago, where they're now going to tell you when and where you can smoke in your home if you live in an apartment complex. That was put out by California here just recently. It was on Fox News the other morning, and I'm like, what? Folks, when they can tell you when and where to smoke in your own home, even if it is an apartment, no. That your rights just went out the window. You better hurry. You just lost them. You need to go catch them. Okay? No, this is insane. But anyway, let's see here. I've got Passive Smoke up here, web page, and of course they want to sell a video, but it doesn't matter. I mean, they're putting out facts, so it doesn't matter. If repeated often enough, a lie will become the new truth. Paul Joseph Goebbels, Minister of Propaganda, Nazi Germany. Did you know? Enormous German study on passive smoke, cancer, and cardiovascular disease says no connection. April 2003, dating back a year at the time of this writing, I'm sure. This milestone study, published by the American Journal of Epidemiology, had been so thoroughly ignored by public health gangs and its media servants, it has escaped even our attention. The enormous study covers 37 years, during which thousands of flight attendants have been followed and monitored for cancer. Furthermore, this is not a study based on questionnaires asking whether Uncle Jack smoked more or less in 1956. And it's a case for more, as it's the case for most anti-smoking junk science. Nor is it something started and finished in a few months. Finally, it's neither financed by the tobacco industry, the pharmaceutical industry, nor is it supported by public health funds allocated to produce scientific frauds to support public health frauds on smoking. All that explains the results. Here is an excerpt that says it all. We found rather remarkably low SMR for lung cancer among female cabin attendants and no increase at all for male cabin attendants, indicating that smoking and exposure to passive smoking may not play an important role in mortality. In this group, smoking during airplane flights was permitted in Germany until the mid-1990s, and smoking is still not banned on all charter flights. The risk of cardiovascular disease mortality for male and female air crew was surprisingly low, reaching statistical significance among women.